I've noticed how God begun to break me down. For an example, when I was married, there were many gifts we were given that remind us of many things, the cups, the silverware, and you begin to, especially the wives, that they begin to save the first pair of shoes of the baby and the first haircut, they gather the hair and keep that. Well, suddenly they direct them lives in a series of material things that are very good, but that suddenly their lives evolves in what they possess, and they begin to idolize those things. And they are so bound to the city, to the environment, to the friends, that suddenly there's a moment where they need to move, and they say, no, we can't, because we are going to lose our friends, our job. I can't. So I remember that I've moved so many times on account of the ministry. I moved 22 times in 20 years. And in one of my moves, the cups would break. And in another moves, half of the silverware would disappear, and the shoes would be lost, and the books would get wet. And when I opened my eyes, I had nothing of what I owned. Everything was new. So that begun to break me down in such a way that suddenly whenever it was time to leave, I'd give everything up. The only thing I would carry out was whatever I can gather in several luggages, because sometimes you would send it out and pack and send it out through mail, or you know, you carry it out on your flight, but things began to wither. And I didn't notice what God was doing. And what he was doing was putting my eyes on the things that were permanent, which are lives. So the church, God sometimes chooses people and he breaks them. He causes them to lose everything. And they have a love only the things that are permanent, to help people, to educate people, to edify people. But I didn't know that the love for money can cause so many horrible experiences. And let me tell you, it isn't that you shouldn't possess wealth and have an account and administer your finances. We're not saying that, but that it possesses you in a way that you cannot give the Lord, that you can't give for principles of the gospel, then that becomes idolatry, and it becomes a problem for your life. As a matter of fact, I think God has you cornered, surrounded. As a matter of fact, it's time that you leave the church and here no longer, because God doesn't want a relationship with a person that's